Hey everyone, we're going live here in the Chefpreneur Movement group. I wanted to just kind of, first of all, wish everyone here a happy Thanksgiving. Hope you guys are spending it with your family. I have some family in town as well. I was busy prepping today for tomorrow. I'm actually doing a turkey a little different this year. I actually deboned it, kind of did like a roulade of it and put some marinated herbs and different things like that on the inside of it. It's going to be pretty good. Traditional stuffing, mashed potatoes, the whole 9 yards. But I wanted to hop on here on this Wednesday, right before Thanksgiving. We've been getting we're really close to selling out the Mastermind Retreat for 2022. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to just quickly give you guys an overview of what the retreat is and then answer any questions. If anybody has any questions, make sure you comment below and we'll answer any questions that you have about the retreat. So what I'm going to do already is I'm going to go ahead and just overall explain to you what the Mastermind Retreat is and why you should be there if you're not planning on going. I did tag a lot of people that are coming or that we've talked to about coming or that are thinking about coming, or if I tagged you, I might have tagged you on this post, on the post of me going live, basically just to tell you that you should be going. So what I wanted to do is, again, I wanted to just hop on here and let you guys know exactly what it's all about. All right. So basically, I'm going to just walk you through the entire thing. So the dates are January 28th through the 1st of February in 2022. Okay. So it's a Friday, January 28th to Tuesday, February 1st. So I'm going to break down exactly and go through the entire basically retreat with you. And then if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. So what basically everything about this retreat that we put on, this Mastermind Retreat, is literally, there's nothing wasted on why we do what we do for this retreat, meaning that everything about this retreat is completely planned out to the T. Okay. So first of all, this retreat takes place in a 25,000 square foot mansion in Orlando, Florida. Okay. The reason you might be sitting there thinking, Chef, why in the heck would you put on a retreat in a mansion that has 19 beds, 15 bedrooms, 25,000 square foot? It has a basketball court, 2 saltwater pools, an arcade, a movie theater. I mean, it's insane. And what I mean by basketball court, it's indoor. It's an indoor basketball court. This is not like an outdoor basketball. This thing is massive. And again, you guys might be asking yourself, why would you go that extravagant for a retreat for chefs that are aspiring to be personal chefs and be chefpreneurs? And like I said to you guys earlier, nothing is wasted. Everything about this retreat is part of the experience. It's part of the atmosphere. Okay, so what we want you to do is, from the minute you walk up to the home, we want to already be working on your mindset and creating an atmosphere of you building your business and leveling up your mind game. Because let's think about it. If you live somewhere in a dark alleyway, if you live somewhere that it's not really the best, or you don't feel very inspired where you live, whether it's an apartment, whether it's a house, it doesn't matter. Maybe you live in the inner city, maybe you live in the suburbs, maybe you live out in the country. You might not be getting inspired where you are. Now, I know from not only what the Bible says, but also just in my own life, I've noticed that I get inspired with the atmosphere that's around me, right? And so what we want you to do is we want you to think differently. We want you to think bigger. And so when you step foot in a 25,000 square foot house, it changes the way you think. You're looking at things already differently. You're looking at your business differently. You're looking at your goals differently. You're looking at where you are in your life right now, and you're not going to be able to think the same way that you would at home that you are in this amazing mansion. Okay, so I really want you to get that everything that we do in this retreat has been literally thought out to a T. This is not something that we just threw together. This is some really cool, crazy big house that we want you guys to all come and learn about building your business and basically building your business while you're there, which we'll get to that in a minute. But I really just can't emphasize enough that the retreat is meant to invoke an emotion and a feeling and leveling up your mind game and your mindset the minute you just step up to the door of this house. Okay, so when you walk into the door, on Friday is going to be the first night of this retreat. Okay, and so you check into the house at 4 o'clock on January 28th. You walk into the home. We're going to have charcuterie set up for you. I am flying my personal chef team from San Diego all the way out to Orlando to serve you dinner and then breakfast, lunch, and dinner every single day while you're there. From the minute you're checked into this house to the minute you leave, we're cooking for you. Now, again, why are we doing that? Why am I flying out my entire personal chef team from Dinner with a Chef from San Diego, my personal chef business, to serve you while you're there? Well, think about it. What did I say? Nothing is wasted. The experience is meant to invoke everything to build up your business, build up your confidence. And most of us, even if you've never really, if you're just starting your personal chef business, or you've had a personal chef business for a few years, or you just recently started, it doesn't matter. This retreat is for you. But wherever you are in your business, most of us have felt like we have not been able to be served. We usually don't sit on the other side of the table. We usually don't sit where we're getting served by chefs, by waiters, by the whole 9 yards, right? Unless we go to a restaurant. But here's the thing. My team is world class. My executive chef, Chef Daniel, my maitre d', Tony, they're world class. They're going to be there to serve you, along with 2 other sous chefs and a whole team of people that are there specifically for you. We even have housekeepers there to make sure that your rooms are amazing. When you guys come down to the retreat from your rooms, your beds are being made. Your bedrooms are being tightened up. This is an incredible opportunity for you to really see firsthand how you should be served and how you should experience a world-class service that you want to deliver to your clients. Okay, so very important. Again, nothing is wasted. So again, when you walk into the house on Friday night, we have the charcuterie board laid out. We're going to be tray passing appetizers. We're going to be sitting you down for an amazing 3-course menu at this beautiful, long, 40-person table. It's insane. This house is out of control. There's a commercial kitchen that my team is going to be working out of. And then there's a kitchen in the house, of course. And it's just amazing. It's spectacular. So Friday night is our welcome dinner. We're welcoming you in. Now, I need to make this very clear. I've had so many people ask me, Chef, what is the number one thing that you're going to get out of this retreat, or that you would get out of this retreat? And it's really hard for me to tell you that through this video, through this live right now. But realistically, the number one thing that you get out of this retreat is the family and the community that you're going to build here. In fact, I'm going to tag a bunch of people that have been to the retreat, to the last 2 retreats, and I'm going to tag them after I finish this live on this post. And they're going to start commenting. And I want you guys to comment. If you have been to the last retreat, or if you're coming back, I want you guys to comment on this live and let everybody know how amazing the community and family is. Because it's really hard for me to explain to you how powerful the connection is at this retreat. You are not just coming there with a bunch of like-minded chefs. That is a huge piece of it. But why is that important, that you're being surrounded by a bunch of like-minded people and chefs and passionate cooks that are there to build their business just like you are? Well, it's really hard to find those people outside of the chefpreneur community. It's hard to find those people to go down the street in your local city, in your local market, and try to find a personal chef and say, hey, let's connect. Let me shadow you. Let's hang out. Let's throw back some ideas together. It doesn't happen. I tried it when I first started my business, and they laughed at me, and they're like, oh, you're just going to take my clients and run away. That is not how this chefpreneur family or the chefpreneur movement works. We are all in this to help each other grow and build our businesses to a whole nother level. But the community that you're going to get there is literally life-changing. You are going to walk away with relationships that will last, honestly, a lifetime, to where you're never going to do your business alone ever again. Never. If you're feeling like right now that you feel like you don't have very many people to turn to, obviously you have this Chefpreneur group that you guys are in right now, but it even goes deeper than that. You're going to exchange phone numbers, emails. In fact, there's a lot of people that attended the retreat that have done events together outside of the retreat. They've linked up, they've done events, they've cooked for clients literally together. It's an amazing, powerful time. And so on Friday night, we really want you to not only feel welcome to the retreat, but we want you to connect. Connect with all the like-minded chefs and passionate cooks that are going to be there. This is very, very crucial for you in order to win in your business. Okay, so that's Friday night. We just want to welcome you. We want to love on you. We're going to have a special speaker. I'm going to say a few words. It's going to be amazing. Okay, now the next 3 days, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, those are the 3 full core days of the retreat. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down how those days are going to go and kind of dive into some of the things that are going to really benefit your business and the takeaways that you're going to get from the training sessions all the way up to the roundtables and everything in between. All right, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday, this is how those days break down. Again, we first start out with breakfast from our personal chef serving you. After breakfast, we dive into 3 training sessions every single day. Okay. The first day on Saturday, we're going to dive into, right off the bat, we're going to dive into mindset. I don't do any program, online course, in-person workshop, mastermind retreat, Chefpreneur Day, protege. I don't do anything in my coaching and mentoring for chefs and passionate cooks who want to become personal chefs and start their own personal chef business without doing mindset coaching first. Listen, you're going to come to this retreat with a bunch of cobwebs in your mind. I've seen it. I've been talking to some of you guys on the phone. I've been seeing the messages that you guys have in this group. It's a mindset thing. In fact, most of the applications, and again, I'm not trying to put anybody down here, but a lot of applications we got for our proteges, for our retreat, for our faster path applications, I see that you guys are going towards a goal of $20,000, $40,000, $50,000 a year for an income goal. And that's like minimum, bare minimum. And I know most of you are trying to be realistic, but your mind game needs to shift. You need to understand the value that you can provide a client. And in this training session, we talk about mindset. We dive into ways to be able to take control of your mind and your thoughts and start to transform those to have a different outcome in your life. Because everything starts with mindset. Listen, if you believe you can or you believe you can't, you're right. And so what we want to do is dive into mindset right off the bat to get all those cobwebs out, to get some of that stinky thinking out of there so we can download the fresh stuff that we're going to be talking about. Because if we don't clear out that old stuff first, there's no way we could download the good stuff. All right, so the first session we're going to talk about is mindset. The next, we're going to talk about developing your niche, right? What is the niche that you're focused on in your business? You need to have absolute clarity about what you are, like basically what you're all about, what your business is all about. And finding your ideal clients within your niche is crucially important. Because if you're sitting there trying to figure all that out and trying to say, oh, I don't know what my niche, like I'm pretty good at this, I'm pretty good at that, or I feel this or I feel that. No. We're going to give you clarity. We're going to take you step by step on how you can develop and discover the real niche that you want to get into as a personal chef. This is crucially important for anyone starting any business, but especially the personal chef business. If you don't know that, then again, you don't have anything else. These foundations you're going to learn at the retreat are literally the solid pillar foundations of any business, but I have dialed them in specifically for the personal chef business. This is my proven foundational framework. You guys have heard me talk about it on podcast. I've even done a Facebook Live about the 6 foundations of a personal chef business. We're going to literally walk you through those step by step at this retreat. And again, they're all in a specific order to have you build the blueprint of your business so you can literally have your blueprint. You're literally going to walk away, right, with a notebook, with a blueprint of your business. You're going to be acting on that blueprint at the retreat. And when you leave the retreat, you have that blueprint. You don't have some crazy idea of a business plan and, oh, what do I do? You're going to have it step by step because I'm going to teach you with me and my team. We're going to teach you and dive in step by step of what you need to build your personal chef business to make it successful. Now, here's the deal. The third training session on Saturday is going to be about your services, or your offers, as we call them, your pricing and your policies. Now that we figured out what you're niched in and really what you want to focus on, we got to look at what is your pricing, what are the services that you offer, right? Do you want to offer meal prep, private events, but even deeper than that? What types of services even within the private events? Are they family style? Are they plated? Are they extravagant 7-course tasting menus? Or are they 3-course casual menus? We're going to dive into your services, and then we're going to talk about the proven formula I have to figure out the pricing of your actual services. Now, here's the deal. I'm at this retreat. Me and my team are at this retreat. So it's not like after these training sessions, we're just going to leave you alone. You're more than welcome to come up to us. Obviously, we're going to have roundtables, and again, I'll talk about those in a minute. But you're basically going to be able to ask any question that you want, that where we could focus on your business and give you the answers that you need, so there's no question that's unanswered before you leave the retreat. All right, this is very important. So once we discover, again, your niche and we dial that in, we talk about your services, your pricing, and your policies. What are your policies in your business, right? What are the standards that you set? What are the responsibilities of your client? When should they pay their deposit? How much deposit should they pay? All those things that I teach, that I run in my business, I hand over to you to give you the best policies and the best practices in your business as possible. All right, so that's day one. Now, Then after lunch, we're going to have one of three things. Now, again, I'm going to tell you about the other trainings for the next 2 days, which is Sunday and Monday. And they all break down the same. Okay. So after lunch on those 3 days, what's going to happen after lunch? So those first 3 training sessions each day are in the morning. After lunch, then we're going to do one of 3 things. Number one of those days, you're actually going to do a tasting and cook for me. This is really fun. We're running a 12-passenger van. The driver that we have on our team is going to, we're going to give you guys $40. We're going to take you down to Whole Foods, and you need to purchase food to make 1 entree, 2 portions of 1 entree. Okay, so first of all, don't freak out. So this is not some 4-course, 5-course tasting menu. All right, we want you to make 1 entree, preferably with some sort of protein. Of course, if you're vegan, vegetarian, give us your best dish. But here's the reason why we're doing this, okay? We're doing this not only so we can look at your food, we can analyze it. It's a lot of fun. You have some amazing chefs and really talented cooks coming to this retreat. In fact, there's a few of you that have already enrolled in this retreat. I'm so excited to taste your food and see what you come up with. And you're going to be learning and watching all these other chefs doing their dish. It's so fun. Last time we put on some like electronic music, we had this amazing energy. People are cooking. And so we're breaking you out into 3 groups. So obviously some of you will cook on Saturday, some on Sunday, and some on Monday. But again, we're taking down to Whole Foods to buy your groceries. We're going to bring you back. And you guys are just going to let loose in the kitchen and give us an entree, right? And give us 2 portions. And again, so we're not only doing this so we can learn from each other and then critique the food, as well as just learn and get new, fresh ideas, again, just to better even your cooking skills. But also there's a possibility for you to become part of our preferred Chefpreneur network. Now, what is that? This is like a bonus on top of a bonus, on top of whipped cream, on top of a cherry, on top of nuts, on top of cherry. All right. What preferred Chefpreneur is we are partnered in my personal chef business with some national companies. Now, of course, they're not in every single area of the United States. They're in some major areas, major tourist destinations, but we're always trying to expand that. We're always continually trying to bring on more partnerships. And what this does is when we've tasted your food, we know you've been to a retreat. We know that you've gotten coaching from me. We know you're building your business the Chefpreneur right way. What we can feel is confident to say, hey, if you're in one of these local areas that our partnerships are in, when we get inquiries from them, we pass them on to you, right? So this could be a chance for you to even gain some business in the future. Of course, we don't know how many events we're going to get from our partners. Of course, that we're always trying to grow it, but we do get a good amount of events in certain areas, and we're constantly building that. In fact, we're building that more than ever, and we're just going to continue to grow that every year, year after year. So that's going to be something that could definitely be something extremely valuable down the road. And so that's a really big thing of why we do these tastings. And again, it's a lot of fun. We're learning from each other. Now, that's one of the things. One of the other things is one of those days in the afternoon, we're going to schedule you with our professional photographer. And what they're going to do is they're going to take headshots, professional photos of you, whether it's doing some of the cooking when you're doing the cooking, taking some headshots of you actually in your chef uniform or whatever you want to wear, right? To make yourself look like the pro that you are. We want to match up your business with what it is. So all this is included. By the way, all this is included in the retreat investment. This is not like little separate things and that there are all these add-ons. This is all one inclusive investment for the retreat. It's dynamite. All right, so these professional photos, you can use them on social media, on your website. And so after the retreat, of course, our photographer needs time to do touch-ups, get all those ready, and then we send them out to you guys. And again, this is absolutely free just because you're there at the retreat. And you're in this 25,000 square foot house. We want to get some amazing pictures of you in this freaking mansion to go ahead and use in your business. Right? What would it cost you even just to go do that in an Airbnb, rent some nice, some okay, because no offense, it probably won't be as nice as this house, but some okay houses to even just do a photo shoot. It's extremely valuable. Now, on top of all that, what is the third thing that we're going to do? Last but not least is in those afternoons, if you're not taking some headshots, which obviously doesn't take up your whole afternoon anyway, it's a small session, or you're not cooking. The cooking does take, usually the whole afternoon. You're in the kitchen, you're going to the grocery store and all that. But what are you going to do if you're not doing those 2 things? We have our roundtables. Now, what is a roundtable? Now, remember I talked to you guys about in the morning, we're going to have our training sessions. In the afternoons, we're going to have what we call our roundtables. And that's where I'm going to be available. My team is going to be available to answer any questions you have. So let's say you're in the training and you're saying, Chef, I came up with these services, these pricings, like what do you think? What do you think about this? And I'll dive a little deeper in your business and I'll say, you know what? I think you need to increase your pricing here, or I think this is maybe a little too high, or how can you add more value to this service? I want to get really integrated. I want to get my hands dirty in your business and answer any questions that you still may have. We're going to be going through a lot of material in the morning. And of course, it's going to be, we want you to digest it, but we also want you to feel like you have us at your disposal, which you do at this retreat. So this is a very important thing for you guys to understand, is that those roundtables are meant for you to get all of your questions that you have answered before you leave the retreat, and there's nothing left unanswered. Okay, not only that is, here's the big deal as well. Not only are you going to be able to ask me and my team, but we actually have quite a bit of chefs that have been at retreats before that are already doing business, that are already successful in their business. And to be honest with you, they're going to be there as well. Even when we're not there, even later on at night, you guys are hanging out at the pool. There's going to be so many opportunities for you to gain so much knowledge. In fact, I recommend, when you're attending the retreat, bring a little tiny little pocket notebook that you can slip in your back pocket, your front pocket, your purse, your satchel, whatever you're wearing. Make sure that you have something all the time, because you're going to be surrounded by people that are already in business, that are just starting their business, and you can learn from anybody and everybody there. Not only from me and my team, but we have Elena coming back, Chef Daniel Knight coming back, Michael Castro coming back, Trina coming back, Becky coming back, Marie coming back. All these people have basically attended a previous retreat, and they're coming back because it's so good. In fact, Daniel, we're going to have 2 of my protege students, which is my highest mentorship program I offer, which is a year-long mentorship where we help you build your entire business for you. We have even 2 of our proteges coming as well. So there's going to be so many opportunities for you to download so much knowledge from everyone there. It's insanely valuable. So again, I don't want you guys to miss out. I want you guys to make sure that you have a notebook, that you have some things to make sure that you're really dialing in everything in. Now, on day 2, like I talked about, what are the rest of the training sessions? Because there's a total of 9. So we went for the first 3 on Saturday. On Sunday, our first training session is going to be diving into your mission statement. Now, mission statement is very important in your business to keep you on track of where you want to go. So think of the niches, what you do, right? What is it that you're really specialized in? What are you all about? What is your business all about? Your mission statement is really about the why mixed with the what. Okay, so why do you do what you do? I always say that for a mission statement, just a little teaching for you right now on this live. I always say that a mission is not meant for your customers or your clients to read. It's for them to feel. They want to feel the emotional why of why you started your personal chef business. For instance, if you have a personal chef business that you lost 100 pounds because you did some level of diet and you've now figured out a formula to help other people lose weight, and that's what your personal chef business is all about. There's a why behind it. And so the why is very important because that keeps you on track. In the future, if you're saying, hey, like, should I offer these services? And I'm like, does it line up with your mission? No, then don't offer them. It doesn't make any sense. You don't want to confuse your clients. So you need to be clear about what it is that you offer and why you offer your services in your business. And it's very powerful to go through your mission and make sure you understand that you have a solid mission statement in your business. The next training, we're going to be talking about your branding and your name of your business. Now, most of you maybe have your names if you started, but you're probably even going to want to rethink your names when you go through this process. Why? Because when you develop your niche, you figured out your services, you know your mission, you know your why, your name is really easy. It's really easy to name your business after you kind of go through those steps. And so your branding that we talk about is not just about your branding visually with effects of like your logo and all that stuff. We go into that, but it's also about the messaging. What is the message you're putting out? So your brand has to be an omnipresent brand, right? So when someone goes to your website, they go to your Facebook page, they go to your Instagram profile, not only like does it have to line up with colors and schemes and all that, more importantly, it has to be the same message. But if you don't know your niche, you don't know your mission, you don't know the services you offer and why you offer them, honestly, it's not going to matter, right? Your brand is not going to look cohesive. It's not going to look put together, right? It's going to be like if you're making, a beurre blanc sauce and you didn't reduce the white wine or you didn't add in cream, you just went straight to the butter. You're like, this is not a beurre blanc. It's going to taste off. It's not going to really have the effect that you need to have when you're actually building your business. So it's very crucial for you to understand what the omnipresence of branding is and really how easy it is to get off track if you don't have these foundations in place. Very, very important. And then last but not least, on Sunday, the third training that we're doing is about your website. We call it the Chefpreneur website. We go through our template. This is a proven template that I've helped hundreds of students build their websites with that literally delivers results. Okay, most websites you probably think in the food business, oh, it's about my pictures. It's about all these things. It's about my life story of how my grandma taught me how to cook. I'm sorry to tell you, that's actually not what anybody wants to know. Your website needs to be specifically laid out and have it be easy for people to do business with you. If they don't know what you offer, if they don't know how to do business with you, if they don't even know what you're all about, they're going to leave your website. They're going to give you 3 to 5 seconds. And so what we do is we have a proven template for you to follow step by step, saying this needs to be on your website. This is the reason why. This picture needs to be here. This needs to say this here. And it's extremely powerful for you to understand this template and not to stray from it. Just go with the proven process we give you. I don't know if you guys want to raise your hands. I know I'm on a live. I can't see your hands, but raise your hands if you just want the easy way and you just going step by step and following a blueprint for your business. It's exactly what we're going to give you at the Chefpreneur Mastermind retreat. Okay, so that's day 2 of the training on Sunday morning. And again, after lunch, we're going to be doing all the things I talked about, the headshots, the tasting, the roundtables. All right, now on Monday, last but not least, the final day of the training. The first training we start off with is the Ultimate Sales Blueprint. You guys have probably seen me do a couple YouTube videos on sales. Here's the thing. Most of you are wanting more leads, more customers. It's funny how the last day of the actual retreat is when we talk about marketing and sales. Why? Because if you don't have all these other foundations ahead of it, it's going to be like you pushing a rock up a hill. It's going to be very difficult to gain momentum and traction in your business. And you might be thinking to yourself right now, if you're looking and watching me and watching me talk to you right now through this live, you might be already feeling like, Chef, I can't get momentum in my business. I feel like I'm pushing a rock up a hill. That's probably because you don't have all these other foundations dialed in. Everybody wants more clients. Yes, we need more clients. Clients is the lifeblood of any business. If you don't have customers, you don't have a business. I get it. But there's a lot of things you need. It's like fuel to a car. If you don't have a car to put the gas in, you're not going to go buy gas. It doesn't make any sense. So you don't need more customers until you figure out these foundations. And then once that happens, even before we do the marketing, we have to talk about the ultimate sales process and the blueprint I give you. Following this step by step is going to be able to have you close 80 to 90% of your inquiries in your business. Now, this is huge. This means if you have 5 people inquire about your business, you can close at least possibly 3 or 4 of them, if not hopefully all 5. And I teach you my proven method that I've done, that my event coordinator Ashley does on a daily basis, and it works. Half the time, they don't even ask the price for our services. Because when you know what to say on the phone and you know what questions to ask and you follow the process, it's going to make it like clockwork in your business. Boom, 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 boom. So on that first training, we want to dive into the Ultimate Sales Blueprint. To be honest with you, this is probably worth the investment alone, is how deep we dive into the sales and how this can literally transform your business. Now, the second thing that we talk about on Monday after that is the marketing. We talk about strategic partnerships, which is the number one way I believe to partner with bigger companies and piggyback off of their clients that they've already spent time and money to acquire. What does that mean? Big companies, you might be just starting out. There's a big company that's been in business for 15 years. I'm going to teach you how to then do business with them, that they can refer you their clients that they've had for 15 years and you spent $0 and you're brand new and you start getting clients from them. Boom, 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 boom. And all of a sudden, your clients start referring other people. And next thing you know, your business starts to grow rapidly. Not only are we going to talk about strategic partnerships, we're going to talk about other forms of marketing, right? Whatever other forms of marketing that we teach, it's all based upon getting them into your funnel or your sales process that we teach, getting them to be attracted to your business, the right people, and attracting those right clients to be able to actually start to expand your business and get those referrals that we know that you're going to be able to get, especially after you have all these foundations in your business built. Okay, so this is really, really powerful. Last but not least, on that Monday, we're going to talk about the tools for success. Different tools that I use in my business, that my team uses in Chefpreneur even, and that a lot of other chefpreneurs that I've mentored and coached use to help keep themselves not only on track, but make sure they're following the processes that are actually replicable and actually repeatable every single day, week after week, month after month, to be able to keep you on track to, again, continue the momentum that you're going to build in your business. One of the biggest things that I've seen is if you're still using certain things, again, we're not saying that handwritten tools and handwriting things are not, it's not that they're bad. I still handwrite my to-do list every single day. However, when it comes to database of clients, databases of their allergies, their preferences, your invoicing, how are you invoicing? Are you sending a Word document invoice? Are you just sending an email with the menu in it? Like, we're going to give you all the tools you need to look like a brand in a company that's been around for 10 years, even if you're just starting. Your business is going to come out of the gate built the right way. Not built like, oh, I think it's right, but I don't know, I feel like I'm missing something. No. We want you to build your business at the retreat and really give you the tools to succeed, to be able to elevate everything that you're doing. Okay, so very important. Now, speaking on tools, not only do you get to come, so Tuesday is checkout at 10 a.m. We send you off with basically a breakfast on Tuesday, and it's going to be phenomenal, right? Now, actually on Monday night, we have a little special treat for anybody who's coming. Last time we noticed that people started to congregate around the pool. They started hanging out, right? Because it was the last night of the retreat. They wanted to kind of just let their hair down, let their hair loose, just kind of hang and relax. So what we're going to do is I ordered my team. We're going to have a freaking pool party. We're going to be serving some hors d'oeuvres and appetizers by the pool while we're hanging out with some music. It's going to be phenomenal. It's going to be an amazing time just for us to, again, connect with each other, hang out, and enjoy the last night of the retreat. Now, all that being said, which I know I threw a lot at you. I know I'm over about 30 minutes right now on my live, but this retreat, there's so much that goes into it, and there's so much value that you get. It's ridiculous. That's not all. I know I'm going to sound like one of those infomercial guys, but that's not all. It's the truth. Not only you're going to get all that, but again, speaking of tools, we have our proprietary Sue software that we have just barely designed and kind of let the cat out of the bag on that one earlier this year. The first ones that were on the software were the first ones on the retreat in 2019. Everybody that came to the retreat this year, in 2020, not 2019. In 2020, the retreat in 2020, those were the first people on Sue software. Earlier this year, when we did the retreat here in Orlando, the same place we're doing it again in 2022, we also gave them access to the retreat as well. This software has not been released to the full-on public yet. It will be released this coming year in 2022. We basically released it, but it's still in beta, but it's going to be officially released to the public next year. Now, here's the deal. You're going to be able to not only receive this software and get your hands on it where you can do your recipe database, you have a full-on scheduler, you have a full-on client tracker, which you probably don't even know what that is, but I'll teach you that in the retreat to keep track of all your clients from beginning to end, of when they're booking, where they are in the sales process, right there on a dashboard. Also, you can design pretty looking menus on it. You can schedule yourself and your team. You can send invoices or receive payment over online from your clients really easy. You can even plug in the policies that we're going to talk about in the retreat right on the Sue software, and it goes on each invoice you send out. It's a very powerful tool. It's specifically designed. We built this from the ground up. This is not something that we bought from someone else. We built this from scratch based upon what I teach. All right, so it's very intuitive. It's exactly what I would do in a software if I was going to build one for my personal chef business, which is why I built one, because I was so sick and tired of using all this other software and piling it all up. You're going to get your hands on this software, and not only are you going to get your hands on it, you get this software free for life. When it releases to the public, it's going to be about $97 a month as a subscription, which is well worth that. In fact, it's worth triple that to have a software that you can run your entire business off of. You're going to get this absolutely free forever. You will not pay another dime for this software. That alone is an immense value. Not only that, for those of you that have wanted to enroll in the Masterclass online program, that is also part of the deal. You're going to get that. That's a value. Actually, it's not even a value. The value is like $6,000 for that. However, the price, the investment of that is $1,497. You're going to get that for free, as well as the 14-day personal chef training, which is a 14-day basically training that I did on how to find your first or next client. All that being said, you're also going to get some cool swag. You're going to get a hat, not a white one. We're actually going to give you a black one. We're going to get you a t-shirt, a hoodie. We got some amazing Chefpreneur cups. We got some pop sockets. We got this freaking tote for all your groceries when you're doing your shopping for your clients. We are just going bananas, giving you anything and everything we can think of. Now, let me be really real with you real quick. I know I just went through a lot. I wanted to really just give you guys a real true understanding of what this retreat is, because some of you are like, oh, that sounds cool. But I really wanted to go through the details. I wanted you to close your eyes and visually see yourself at this retreat. It's life-changing. People are probably already commenting below. I can't see too many of the comments right now, but I am going to go through them. They're commenting below. And honestly, if they went to the retreat, I'm telling you, there was tears. There was, of course, a lot of laughing. There was tears of joy. There was so much emotion. It was literally, even like for me and my team, it was life-changing. It just pulled so many things in my heart, and we love putting this on. Now, I will inform you, a little sad, a little tear right now for me. This is the last retreat we're going to do for a while. We don't know when we're going to do another one, if we're going to do another one. But when we do another one, which I'm sure we will, we just don't know when, it's probably going to be in a year and a half or more, and it's going to be triple the investment. And I'm not saying that to try to drum up you and get you all scared or fearful about it. I'm just being really honest with you. It's going to be triple the investment. There's so much work and so much effort we put into this, and you guys are well worth it. But to be honest with you, it's really difficult to put that much energy into something every single year, year after year. And so we're actually going to bring it a little bit smaller next time and triple the investment. So if you've missed the first two retreats, this is our third one. If you've missed the first two, do not miss this one. I think you should do whatever it takes. I don't care what you got to do to get there. I promise you that if you get there, okay, you're going to have an experience of a lifetime. You will have an experience of a lifetime. Here's the deal. I asked God, can I just like have them close their eyes, fast forward, experience like 3 hours of the retreat, and then just bring them back to reality, just so you could see what you're missing if you're not there. It's that powerful. There's people commenting right now that have gone. Private message them, DM them. If they're open to it, DM them. Ask them questions as well. Hey, like, is it really that good? Yes, it is. I'm telling you. So I just wanted to give this go live and really just shake you a little bit. I know we're getting ready for Thanksgiving. I know the holidays are coming up. The holidays come up every single year at the same time. Life continues to go on. This retreat is happening next year. We're about a little over 2 months away from this retreat, and spots are filling up fast. We're down to 4 or 5 spots. And honestly, it's constantly changing because we have calls scheduled. People are putting down security deposits to save their seat. I want you to take action. I want you to take action and really try to do everything you can to come to this retreat. If you're on the fence, if you've already talked to a member of my team, you've already talked to one of my program advisors and you're still on the fence, I don't know, should I just do the masterclass? Should I do the retreat? Do the retreat. You're going to pinch yourself. You're going to slap yourself. You're going to be mad at yourself if you don't go. And when we're there, I'm telling you, like, you're going to come up to me and say, Chef, thank you so much for pushing me. And I'm not forcing anybody, right? But I'm going to push you as hard as I can to attend this retreat. I don't want anyone who deserves to be there, which I believe all you guys deserve to be there. But you guys that are action takers are going to be the ones that are going to be there. And to be honest, if you're not there, you're going to have regret. And I do not want, we have enough regret in our lives about not starting businesses when we say we are, and not, and taking jobs when we say we want to be entrepreneurs. We already have enough regret in our life. We don't need one more thing. I want you to dive in feet first. With that being said, I know I've already gone 38 minutes on this live. I'm just super pumped up. My freaking chest is hurting because I actually fell on the playground with my kids. And so it's like, I'm so livid right now that it's like swelling up. It's hurting. But because I'm so freaking passionate about telling you guys about this retreat, I don't know how else more to just exude the energy and the passion I have. We really want you there in those seats. Okay? Amazing. Again, this is all inclusive. The only thing we do not cover, let me make that disclaimer. The only thing we do not cover is you getting to Orlando. We do not cover your airfare. We don't cover any of that. If you're driving down, we're not giving you money for gas. We're not paying your airline ticket, okay? But when you check into the home to when you check out, you're lodging, you're staying in the home, you're getting fed breakfast, lunch, and dinner from my chef team, plus the pool party. You're getting all the training, all the courses, everything you need for your business, the headshots, everything. It's all one inclusive investment. All right, if you guys want to know what the investment cost, I don't want to say that here because we do have several options for you because we are going to be selling out soon and the price is going to double on the 1st of December. So what I'm going to do is after I get off this live, I'm going to put the link to the retreat page. Schedule a call as fast as you possibly can, or even DM us if we have to take a call, on Friday night or Saturday night or something coming up because, our calendars are booked. I just want to get everybody in who's wanting to go before December 1st, because after that, the investment goes up and I just don't want you to miss out. All right. So I'm going to take a couple Q&As here in the comments. Again, I wasn't able to see too many of these. So let's see what we have. Michael says, bless up. How much is it? Michael, if you want to know how much the investment is, schedule a call with our program advisors. Again, I'm going to put the link here. Daniel Knight says he's going to be there. It's awesome. It is amazing. Elena Cortez is coming back. Let's see who else. Any questions that we have? Ebony, since this is the last retreat for a while, we should have a virtual option. Unfortunately, we tried the virtual thing last year. It doesn't do it justice. I'm going to be really honest with you. It does not do the retreat justice. Now, the virtual tickets that we did sell last time were amazing, but honestly, we got away with it because we just didn't do it again because there's nothing like being there in person. I'm sorry. It's like picture this. It's like driving a Ferrari on Gran Turismo video game on PlayStation, or getting behind the seat and getting in on the seat and then behind the wheel in front of a real Ferrari and driving a real Ferrari. You can't even compare the two experiences. Okay. So I'm sorry. That's why we're not doing virtual. Jeremy, Paul, I know you live in Canada. Somehow come down, brother. Let's go. Jeremy has been crushing it. He took our masterclass. He is crushing it in his business. I'm so proud of you, Jeremy. I see what you're doing on Instagram, man. I cannot be more proud of you, my friend. You are incredible. Let's see. Here we go. Slow down, brother. Robert, I can't slow down. I'm sorry. I can't slow down when I'm this excited. So unfortunately, that's not going to happen. Any plans to be in the Carolinas? Lucy, no, there is no plan to be in there in Carolinas, but guess what? There's these things called airline, that they sell tickets to for airplanes, and you can get on one and go to Florida or drive down from the Carolinas. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Is that it? Is that all the only questions? Those were easy questions. So anyway, guys and gals, if you want to go to the retreat, again, this is an last call. I am telling you, you cannot miss this. I'm going to put it here in this video. I'm going to comment in the comment section the link to the retreat. I'm going to comment right here as well in this video. If you're watching the replay of this, I want you to literally watch the whole thing so you know exactly what the retreat is. And I can't wait to see you guys in 2022 next year at the Orlando Chefpreneur Mastermind retreat. Because when I go live there, I do not want you to be slapping yourself and getting mad at yourself that you're not there with me. I love you guys all. Have a happy Thanksgiving. God bless you all. Enjoy your guys' family. We love you. Thank you for being part of the Chefpreneur family as well. God bless you again. Take care. Bye-bye.